Hi everyone. Today we are going to learn about phrase, clause, and sentence. Why is it important to learn about this topic? Because if we want to construct a good sentence in English, first of all we have to understand about what phrase, clause, and sentence is. First of all, let's talk about phrase. Phrase is a group of words. Phrase is divided into two. The first one is prepositional phrase. It is a phrase that begins with a preposition. Do you still remember what preposition is? In the previous meeting, you already learned about this. So, I'd like to remind you that preposition is kata depan, such as on, over, under, behind, of, and etc. The examples of prepositional phrase are in the water. It consists of three words and it begins with preposition in. And then on the table, it begins with preposition on. At school, with her new puppy, between them, from a distance. If you look at the sentences, all words in bold are the preposition which begin each phrase. The next type of phrase is a noun phrase. It is a phrase that consists of adjective and noun head, noun and a noun head, and noun head with preposition. The first adjective and noun head. For example, a private jet. Private is an adjective, while jet is the noun head. So maybe you are confused what noun head is. Noun head is the main word in the phrase. So in this noun phrase, the noun head is the word jet. The word private only explained or described about the jet. Therefore, the main word in this phrase or the noun head is the word jet. And then noun and noun head. For example, the health institution. The word health is noun and the word institution is also noun, but in this context it functions as a noun head because the main word is institution. And the last is noun head with preposition. For example, the institutions of health. The word institution is the noun head and then it is followed with prepositions of. Well, the next we are going to continue to talk about clause. Clause consists of subject and verb. There are two types of clause. The first is independent clause. Independent clause can stand alone and we can understand the meaning fully or completely. For example, we saw her daughter. You should bring your letters of reverence. He feels sick. I will leave at 7 a.m. So, From all those sentences, we can understand the meaning completely because they can stand alone. On the other side, we have a dependent clause. The dependent clause cannot stand alone, so it needs another clause to make it understandable. For example, that the telephone uses electricity, so it is not a full sentence. When applying for the job, so like I said earlier, it cannot stand alone. Some words that introduce dependent clauses are that, what, when, before, who, which, since, unless, although, though, where, and if, and while. Moving on to another subtopic that is about sentence. A good sentence should consist at least of a subject and a predicate. Subject tells what, who, or whom performs an action, while predicate tells the action. So remember, a good sentence consists of at least a subject and a predicate or a verb. What can be the subject of the sentence? First, subject can be noun, which is in the form of person, place, thing, such as John, town, eggs, and etc. Or, subject can be in the form of pronoun, like I, you, they, we, she, and etc. Another component of a sentence is a predicate or a verb. There are two types of a verb. The first one is an action verb. For example, go, walk, dance, believe. So there is an action. And the second type of verb is auxiliary or helping verb. It can be in the form of to be, like is, am, are, was, were, be, been, being. Or do, such as do, does, did, have, and its form, like has and had, and the modals, like can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, ought to. So remember, auxiliary verbs are also part of the verbs. Action verb. That girl always writes a letter to her brothers. In this sentence, the action verb is the word write, while the subject of the sentence is that girl. Another example is I drive a blue car. The word drive is the verb of the sentence, while the word I is the subject. And then, the owl opened the window and let them in. The action verb is the word open, and the subject of the sentence is the word the owl. What about the example of sentences using auxiliary or helping verbs? Let's take a look. I am hungry. Am is the auxiliary verb, while the subject is I. Another example, they have found a new house to live. The auxiliary verb in this sentence is have, which is followed by verb 3. And the subject is they, And the last example, he should visit his grandparent. The helping verbs in this sentence is in the form of modal should, while the subject is he. Well, there are 4 types of sentences for your information. The first one is declarative sentences. It is sentence that makes statement. For example, these shoes are tight. The second type is interrogative sentences. It is a sentence that asks question. For example, am I too late? And the next type is imperative sentence. It is sentence that give order or make requests. For example, mind your own business. And the last is exclamatory sentences. It is a sentence that expresses opinion or feelings with strong emotion. For example, what a wonderful day. So that's all about phrase, clause, and sentence. I hope that you understand this well, but if you still feel confused, feel free to ask. See you.